Jason here from Chosen DPG Karate and the Art of Nin Taijutsu, and I have another Nunchaku video for you today. If you haven't watched my Nunchaku Basics or Nunchaku Technique Part 1, you should watch those to understand this. I will be doing a quick review of both videos to start with, and then going into a few techniques at the end that are new. Now in my Nunchaku video, Nunchaku Basics, I showed the real basics of just going behind the arm, going through the legs, and also I showed going around the neck from both directions, behind the back, behind the arms, all the basics, and I also showed the rollover in its basic form from both hands, going both ways. That covers what I covered in Nunchaku Basics. My second Nunchaku video, Nunchaku Techniques Part 1, shows several techniques. One is a figure 8 with a freestyle toss under the arm to the figure 8. The other technique I show is a 3-strike combo. And I show it several times from each side. The next technique I show is the rollover I showed in the basics video, but when you do your figure 8 like this and reverse grip figure 8 like this, you can add your rollover from each side. Like that. Now, I showed at the end of the video using 2 nunchaku, going from this position and doing that. That's from Nunchaku Technique Part 1. Now I'm going to show you a few new techniques and add on to that. The new technique I want to show you is you're starting a reverse grip, thumb up, and you'll be doing your figure 8. And when it's on your right side, you go through the fingers, through the fingers, through the fingers, which sets you up for a rollover as soon as you're done. I'll show that in close up and in slow motion at the end of the video. So basically what happens is, as it's coming around, you're rolling it like a drumstick around the middle finger, and you'll have to see it in slow motion to understand it and just practice it. But what it ends up happening is I want you to do the technique from Nunchaku Part 1, where you're in the figure 8, doing the rollovers on each side from regular to reverse, but then you're going to add the finger roll in there. So you got your figure 8. There it is. And when you get the reverse, it goes through. Like that. I'll show that in slow motion again. Now in the Nunchaku Techniques Part 1, I show this figure 8 with the dual reverse rollovers. And I did it with 2 hands, but not at the same time. So now it's going to be at the same time with both hands starting from this position. So first you need to get comfortable, like I showed before, doing the figure 8s without making them touch each other. And when you get to that point, then I want you to try this. Now you're going to start the reverse grip, start with the figure 8s, roll it over to regular grip, and then to reverse grip like that. Now I just showed you that with both hands at the same time, but now you're going to do it both of those at the same time, and when you get to that reverse grip, you're going to go through the fingers, like I showed you a second ago, with both hands at the same time. Now double figure 8 with both reverse and regular grip rollovers and going through the fingers at the same time. Now the last things I want to show my friend Dan Bowen for Sacred Fire Dojo, Shinobi Shigundo, he just put a video out showing a few new techniques, and I've been able to do the rollover pretty good vertically, but I haven't been able to do it too well horizontally, and he made a good video showing how to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and share that, and I want to thank you, Dan, for posting that video. Very good techniques, you're very good with the nunchaku. Now the rollover I learned from Dan's video is just like the one I've shown in the figure 8 and back and forth, but I've done it vertically, and the one I learned from Dan's new video is going horizontally. So go ahead and work on that, and thanks Dan for sharing that. And I also learned from Dan doing the rollover, but doing it on the back when you go behind the shoulder. So when you're in a reverse grip, like that. So you're in a reverse grip. That's how you get into your arm movements. Very good technique, Dan. Now the last technique I showed you, and then doing your finger twirl in your figure 8, I want to tie that in with what I learned from Dan.